So we need to fix it. So to fix this, all you have to do is to just change the data type. Okay. So we click on the data type button here, and then we specify that the data type should be a date. And then you can see our column is what? Ready for us. And we want to know the go-to is it says the instruction is extract the year from the start date, so that when we are visualizing this type of data, we can then use the year column to determine which year more people join the organization. Okay, we want to see how many people join the organization in a given year. The first thing we have to do is to select the range our data set is in. And the reason why we are doing that is, like I said, Power Query is not going to identify these empty spaces. Okay, so if we select the range, it will assign now to this part of the data set. Okay,
Okay.
you can try that and see what I mean.
Okay.
So let's go to data from table or range. You can see because I formatted it as table, it still ignored, although I selected the range, it still ignored the empty cells that I highlighted. You get that? So that is why I always say that using the formatting your data set, you see, I over selected the range I need, but then it still ignored it because what? I formatted the data set already. You get that? Yeah. So that is the benefit of formatting your data as table, so that Power Query doesn't identify this particular cells and assign nulls to them. It becomes tedious when you have that. It means you have to delete the columns one by one, these empty columns one by one. And it's very hectic. So you have to always do this so that you are safe. So after doing that, select inside the table. After you've formatted your data set as table, click on table design, and then we have to rename your table. We have to rename the table. We are going to give it the name. We are going to give it the name Made Easy Dataset. So Made Easy Data. So Made Easy EMP Data. So employee data. Made Easy EMP Data. Okay. Now that our data set is named, locate cell A6. A6. That's where our first column header is. So you select that EMP ID, employee ID. We have Control A to highlight the range of our data set, and we navigate to data. We want to send the data to Power Query. Okay. So it says what? Create a new query linked to the selected Excel table or named range. Okay. If the selected data isn't part of a table or named range, it will be what? Converted into a table. So I'm going to click on this to send the data to Power Query. Now we have our Made Easy employee data here. Like I said, this table one here, just delete it. We don't really need it. So delete it. Okay. Now we have our original data that we want to do the cleaning on. What did I do first? I said we are going to transform the FTE column, right? We are going to transform the FTE column, and we are going to assign full-time to the one value, and then everything else will be what? Part-time. So we have our FTE column selected. We go to add column and click on conditional column. Okay. With conditional column selected, we are going to change the name to full-time or part-time. Okay. Now we have to select the column name that we need. So we select FTA equals 1. So if this column is equal to 1, the value in the column equals 1, and give me the output full time. Everything else should be part time. Okay, good. Now we are going to change this to text, like I said. Always assign the right data type to the values in your column. Okay, so the data type is text, so we did that change. Now when we look at the start date column, okay, we look at the start date column. It's messy, so we have to transform this. So to do that, we assign the right data type to it. So we click on the data type button, and we select date. Okay, good. Now this is the starting date that the employees join the organization. Usually in visualization, you also want to have a stack bar chart or casted column chart that will visualize the compare the years. Okay, so you can click on this and see we have, okay, so these are the number of the dates in the column. Okay, so what we want to look at is we want to extract the year from the start date, and we can determine, okay, so this year this is the number of people that joined the organization, this year this is the number of people that joined the organization. Okay, you can see if the number of employees joining the organization is either increasing or decreasing. You can look at that metric as well. Now, selecting the start date, we still under add column. Okay, navigate to date. Okay, you can see date. Over here, we have from date and time, we have from number, we have from text, we have general. So general, any other thing else, any other thing that you want to do on your data, you come to the general section. Whether you want to duplicate the column, create an index, invoke a custom function, or create a custom column and what have you, you go to the general section. Now, if you want to do date computations, okay, you want to do date transformations and stuff, you go to the from date and time section. Now, I'm going to click on the drop down arrow under date and then navigate to year and then click on year. So you can see that I say what? Go to date, click on it, go to year, and then select year. That is what helps us to extract the year from the start date. And we can change this to rename this to what? EMP, that is employee start year. Okay, employee start year. So now we have the employee start here. We have our full-time, part-time column. And then the next thing is to we have to split this column, the work location column. So for the work location column, we need the country, and we want the I think Columbus, Wellington, and the rest. They are cities or states. Which is which?
Say again.
I can't hear you.
Say that again, please.
Yeah, Columbus, is it a city or state?
It's a state.
State. Okay, so Seattle is also a state, right? So
No. Columbus is a city. The state is Ohio.
okay, good. So in that case,
Seattle is also a city.
okay, good. So in that case, it means we are splitting the city from the state. Okay. So how do we do that? We select the work location column, then we navigate to you still under add column. It means that we are going to keep the old column. So this time we are not going to use the add column tab. We are going to navigate to the transform column tab. Now, under transform, you would see split column at this section, this part. You see what split column. You want to split this column. So you click on the drop down arrow and select split by delimiter. Okay. Now you can also do this by right clicking on the column header Then you look through the list and locate split. Then you can navigate to split by delimiter. You also get the same result. You're going to split by delimiter, so you select that. And the delimiter over here is a comma. You can see Power Query has identified the delimiter there. It says comma. So you can inspect it and see if that is exactly what you want. Look at the data here, it's comments that are there. Assuming that you want to use another delimiter, you click on the drop down arrow and then you look through the list. You can see we have a number of delimiters here. We have colon, comma, equal to, semicolon, space, tab. Assuming that your delimiter is an @ symbol and you want to use the @ symbol, so you click on custom and you specify the delimiter. Currently our delimiter is a comma, so we're going to leave it as comma. And we are specifying that for each occurrence of the delimiter, do the split. Okay, we leave it like that and then we click OK. So now we have the split, we have the city, and then we have what? The country.